What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Landing on the Plains, all things Auburn football from someone who really lived it. Man, we are back with another one, and today we got a special one because we got a great one here on deck today. Not just because of stars or headlines, but because of consistency, toughness, and energy, and just the way he carried himself while he was at Auburn. And so today, none other than Ryan Davis.
What's going on, man? Woot, what's good, brother? How you doing?
Oh man, I can't complain. I appreciate you coming on, bro.
Nah, most definitely always good to see my Auburn brothers, man. Good to
Yes,
see
sir,
everybody
man.
doing well, dog.
Yes, sir. And so I feel like let's get right into it. I feel like every Auburn fan has Ryan Davis memory somewhere stored in their memory bank. Man, you made a lot of big plays, and so I remember being like a freshman, bro. Like just you were one of the first few people I ever stood up on the sideline for. Like whenever that ball touched your hands, bro, I got to get up and I
Yeah,
gotta watch. I got to see what's going on because I know two gonna make something happen, bro. So like,
right.
when did you know like? Yeah, pretty much I'm that dude. You feel me? Like when you got to Auburn, was it a
Yeah.
adjustment period or was it kind of like I've always been confident in myself and I know I got
Um, nah, bro. It was. I would say the confidence was always there, but I would say like it was a grooming process for me because I played quarterback my whole life, and so I came in as a receiver. So my freshman year was really just adjustment period year. So I came in, like I said, I played receiver those 707. I did 707 in high school, so I was very familiar with the movements of it, the skill of it. So I always could do. I was always well with the ball in my hands, so that was always there. So now it was always about getting the skill of it and really getting the scheme of offense with and Coach Malzahn, gaining his trust. So that was like kind of big with me my freshman year. You know how Coach Malzahn is. He's very particular on his details. Like everything got to be a certain way. You got to be on point. Like he big feel like you're not ready at the time. It's gonna be a process, and sometimes it was very frustrating because I felt like I was ready, but the whole time he would just groom me the whole time and letting me, kind of let me make my mistakes before I got on the big stage and did it. And then sometimes you can make a mistake on the big stage and that confidence is gone, and then that player is never the same. So I would say that freshman year he gave me some packages where I probably touched the ball maybe 2 or 3 times. But if everybody, most Auburn fans know that Woody played. That was my first touch in college. My freshman year when I was hiding under the center and Jeremy Johnson handed me the ball. That was
yeah.
my first touch in college. So I didn't touch the field till like I don't know what game that was. I want to say like week 4 or 5 when we played Texas A&M that day, that night, that Saturday night. And coach, I remember the whole week, Coach Malzahn said, "I'm going to bring you out for the first time." But I thought I was from the red shirt, so I didn't even expect to play my freshman year. Honestly, when I came in, cause I'm like, it's going to be a period. I'm fine with that. I kind of actually wanted that to give me my time to groom myself to be the player that I wanted to be. I didn't want to rush it. I wanted, college you only got 4 years. If you transfer in, like you could transfer to go to another big school right away, you'll be going to JUCO. And I'm trying to make these 4 count. I ain't even trying to go through that process because I know like that's a headache. That's too long. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't even trying to be in school that long. So I was just trying to make sure, make everything count. So I would say my freshman year was pretty mentally, it was kind of up and down, like I said, because I didn't understand why I wasn't getting the opportunity I was getting. But like I said, I understood it over time. Like I said, my second year, I got my first start. Going into the spring, I was competing, and I kind of felt good with the playbook and everything, gaining Coach Malzahn trust and, growing like little packages here and there, getting jet sweeps, bubble screens, and just showing him what I could do with the ball to, make my role a lot bigger in the offense. And then I would say the second year, that's when me and Darius Slayton, we went to that jump, became starters. And then after that, I would say that then we went through like 4 different quarterbacks, so we weren't even throwing the ball. We went
Right.
through, remember we had Jeremy Johnson, Sean White. It was time when Chandler Cox was at quarterback. Like we went through like a boatload of quarterbacks, and we had a lot going on with our offense then. So it really like junior year when Coach Lindsey came in, changed the offense around. He went more spread offense when we was throwing the ball. Then we got Jared Stidham came in at quarterback, and then that's when you kind of seen everything just come together, the whole picture. So that was now me 2 years into the offense, and then my third year, it kind of like I was already confident, and I knew my role was a lot bigger, and I was ready to kind of accept the challenge. And Coach Miles, I knew I finally gained his trust, starting to become one of the leaders on the team, and that's when, like, as you see, like I broke the records. That's when I started breaking the records, and then kind of followed up with some also my senior year. But I would say it was definitely a journey. It wasn't easy at all, bro. Like we had so many good guys at receiver the position, like competing, like every day. Like, we had like even after my freshman year, we had they recruited 3 5 stars. Nate
Yeah,
Craig, Eli Stove, Kyle Davis. So like, bro, like it was always like I always felt like that monkey was on my back. Like they always trying to replace you. You know how it is in college,
yeah,
like never get comfortable. It's always another guy coming that was just like you from where you from. So like I always had that shoulder chip on my shoulder. I never got comfortable. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time that we competing, but I always trying to bring guys along at the same time because competition, iron sharpens iron. You know what I'm saying? So the greater you are, then the greater your brother could be. Then you feel good going to battle against the other teams. You know what I'm saying? Because he at the same time you on. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all done went at it in practice. Y'all probably done head-butted each other. Y'all probably had some fights. You know how it is when we get in practice, them 1-on-1s, some 7-on-7s, and get real. Like we talking trash, then you got to go back to the dorm and hang out with them. You got to play the game with them. Like,
pull each other.
yeah, bro. We watching film together. Like, yeah. And one of these dogs that probably posted one of the one-on-ones. He done posted it on
Right, you don't
Snapchat.
put it
Like,
on the clip.
oh, that's what we doing. Okay, so it get real competitive though. So like,
Right. Then he
one
gonna want
thing
to hop
about
on the game later or
yeah,
something.
you want to hop on the game. Now he trying to say join the chat, join the chat. Nah, I ain't trying to play dog. We ain't cool like that. So like,
Yeah.
it just the competition out there just brought the best in everybody and best of me. Was able to bring the best out of me and what I wanted to do at Auburn. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't my intentions coming in. I didn't know I was gonna break records. I'll be lying to you if I told you like coming in as a freshman, like my goal, I just want to play SC ball, playing big time opportunity and go to the league. You know what I'm saying? However that look, getting there, I just want to do it though. You know what I'm saying? But God bless me with the opportunity to be able to, do a lot of different things that I didn't know I was even gonna do.
Yeah, no, I think it's crazy you pointed that out too. Like coming out of high school, you wasn't even really a receiver for real. So like the fact that you
Yeah.
came to Auburn, like you breaking records, dude. Like, and I just got done telling you like whenever you got that ball in your hands, I got to see what's going on. So like,
Right.
man, like, do you ever like after playing at Auburn, did you ever have a moments where you like could appreciate what you did? Because like you just mentioned too, like
Hmm.
you barely played your freshman year. You know what I'm saying? You had
Right.
multiple offensive coordinators. You got
Hmm.
system after system. You got
Right.
five-star guys coming in. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Hmm.
undersized. You the
Yeah, it's
underdog.
a fight.
Like
It's a fight because
all of that coupled in
yeah.
together, like you still breaking records, bro. So like,
Hmm. Yeah,
what's
because
going on? How
bro,
you did that? You know what I'm saying?
like, bro, honestly, too, because I remember after my sophomore year, I even thought about transferring because, like I say, after we went through that year, we weren't even throwing the ball. I would say I was a second lead receiver, bro, and I only had 25 catches. And the leader was Tony Stevens that year. I don't know if you remember Tony Ocho. He had like, I want to say 30 for like 400 yards. I had 25 for 225 yards. I was like, bro, I ain't who finna go to the league? We ain't throwing the ball. We was running the like this kind of weird offense with Chandler Cox at quarterback, the sprinter offense versus Clemson. Remember? I don't know if you remember that game, 2016, when we played Clemson, man. We was like at 3 different quarterbacks. And even John Franklin played quarterback too. So
Yeah,
really played 4 different quarterbacks. So I'm
yeah,
like, I really didn't know the trajectory. I remember, dog, I was home in the spring. And I was out to eat, and I asked my mom, I said, Mom, I'm thinking about transferring. And that was the first time I ever asked my mom a football opinion, like, what should I do? Like, usually I go to my dad. But I was just going to call something like, just ask your mom, because, they usually say your mom had the best feeling, their intuition, women intuition. And she's like, I feel like you should stay at Auburn. I feel like it's going to work out. I was like, I didn't even question it. I was just shook my head. I didn't even ask why or nothing. It just stuck with me. So I ended up doing it, going to that junior year. I just had this leap of faith. And then like Jared came in the spring. We had a great spring, going to a great spring. Man, that team that was crazy. That 2017 team was crazy because we went through so much that year in the summer. It was so much going on. If you know, you know.
yeah.
If you
Hey,
know,
that
you
was my
know.
first
Like,
question. I was like, is this what this is all about, bro? I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh,
Nah, if you know, you know that it was God knows crazy, dog. That's why I'm glad we here to talk, bro. Because like,
right.
there's so much stuff. Like, I would want to hear from y'all perspective too. Like, especially the younger guys that came after me.
Yeah.
Like, and how was y'all thinking? Like, what that look like to y'all?
Yeah,
Like,
man. Look,
what is?
coming in, and I'm like, yo, first of all, like we if you know, you know, right? Like we
Yeah, if
said,
you know,
but
you
like
know.
just to see like
Yeah,
to see the fallout from it though, bro. I'm like, yo,
yeah,
I never
yeah.
want to caught up in nothing. I don't
No, nothing.
caught up
No, no,
nothing.
no, no,
Man.
nothing, nothing.
Caught
Right.
up in
So,
like
but it's crazy. Though, I had to say that brought us closer though. That brought us a lot closer though. Like we had to tighten up. You know what I'm saying? So like we went through a lot that year. You know, we started off kind of. We lost to LSU. You know what I'm saying? That kind of hurt us hard. And then after that, then we just took off. Like after the Arkansas game, we just had a great year. And like while I was playing that year, I didn't even realize I was breaking the record. Like even with it on the trajectory I was doing. 'Cause I remember I was coming out of Mondays usually have like interviews and stuff. So they bring you to like the the team meeting room. And I remember this is how I found out I was even on the trajectory. I was reporter asked me, he's like, you're on like 20 some catches away from something 80 some whatever some catches 60 some catches in the season. I'm like, dang, for real? I didn't even know it. And then that's when it started coming my attention. I'm like, dang, like I didn't even know like this is like a real like this real
yeah.
like is this going on? Like and all the hard work I put in was starting to make sense. So go back to what I was saying for freshman year where Coach Malzahn just molded me, let me take my time to become the player. You know what I'm saying? Let all the pieces and puzzle match together, like getting the right offensive coordinator, getting a quarterback, like all that stuff like matters, especially for a receiver. You know what I'm saying? So much like our success comes before we even get the ball. The
Mhm.
line has to block, the quarterback got to get the ball, the play call got to be right for you. So it's like my success really dictates to the scheme and everybody else. So like, shout out to everybody that was a part of that because I couldn't do it without them as well. Like at all, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the coaches, but for trusting me, Jared giving me the opportunities, the line holding up for me, you know what I'm saying? And me after do what I do, with the ball in my hands, the eyes blocking down the field for me. You know what I'm saying? Especially on punt return. Shout out to the punt return team, Coach shout out to Coach Porter. You
We
already know.
blocking for
Coach, boy, we trying to go to the crib. Hey, Coach, middle return. I don't want no other return but middle, Coach. That's all I need. Middle. Just get middle. I don't need no right, left, just middle, Coach. So,
yeah.
like, all that, man, I remember all that stuff, dog. So, I would say that's how I was able to really break records and just stand down. Um, trusting the process, and like Auburn say the slogan, hard work. You know what I'm saying? So just go to work every day, and everything gonna fall in line. You know what I'm saying? Like you see, like especially a guy like I want to say like example like Noah Ibenagany, a guy that came in. I think he was a running back. I think he
Mhm.
came in as a no, he was a running back coming out of high school, I believe, and then he ended up playing receiver. Then he played receiver and then ended up getting drafted, changing positions at Auburn, you know what I'm saying, to cornerback. Then a year later, he's second round. So that just go to epitome of when you trust in the process, you know what I'm saying? But still having that confidence like we talked about, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like that don't go nowhere because a guy that's confident, you can't go to three different positions and
And
still be elite and still be able to go to the league and have the success you have. So that confidence ain't go nowhere. Now it's all about developing the skill, the understanding, so you could play at the confident level that you were once you was in high school, that kid when you was just playing free. So
yeah.
I would say just, you know what I'm saying, just when you trust in that process and you know who you are internally, you know what I'm saying, that you still that player no matter what your circumstance might say at the time, you know what I'm saying? Because we all got to have that humbling moment where we come from a big high coming out of high school, everybody, you know what I'm saying, praising us. And then as soon as you get to college, it's like, oh, yeah, coach ain't looking for you no more. Coach ain't saying, yeah, I need you to take this rep, go in the white group, and
Right.
you finna scrimmage with the white team. And I don't care. Da, da, da. Oh, yeah, you frontline kick return. Man, they put me frontline kick return my freshman year. I
Oh,
said, whoa.
front line.
Front, I did it for 2 years. Two
Oh wow.
years. But it made me like help me learn how to block them big cats in the SEC. But it
Yeah.
was no reason why I was like 170 soaking wet.
It
There
is
was no
very.
reason to come down. And I had no bit, and I was like the left guard or the right tackle, dude. So
Yeah.
I had to block like the biggest linebacker, like
No, for real. You got to block
yeah, like
in there.
man, that was like crazy. That's why I hated my freshman year so much because the frontline kick return. I knew
Yeah.
I had to do that every game. Every game. That was like Malzahn thing. Put freshmen on the front line and kick return. He didn't care who you were,
He's
what
gonna
you
put
were. Unless your name was Kerryon Johnson. That's the only person that was in the back. If your name was Kerryon Johnson, yeah. You in that
you.
front line.
Yeah. And so, like, just taking it to the current state of Auburn football, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
been removed for quite some time now. Was able
Right.
to go out and play professionally. Spent a little time with New England, right?
Mm-hmm.
CSL, and so I just life after football, and then just
Yeah.
What do you think about the direction that Auburn's headed in? Like, I know it's been a struggle the last couple of years. So what do you
Nah, for sure.
think?
I like that direction Arbor's in. I feel like it's in a good spot. I feel like we kind of been kind of stagnant a little bit. Like we ain't really going to. We kind of been not going. I want to say down. We ain't really going up. But I would say we've been stagnant. But I would feel like making changes, always a good thing because change is never bad because you're trying to make. Because you keep doing the same thing, you get the same results,
Right,
right? So obviously, us trying to get a different coach, get a different offense, bring in a different quarterback, transfer. Because obviously, the way college is now, you're not going to get guys that you just recruit for 4 years, like classes that stick together anymore. I feel like every year is a new team. Like the team you had last year might be 50 different guys that come in. So I feel like we have to find a way to build a camaraderie, a team that sticks together, to grow together. I feel like that's kind of what Auburn's built on. I never feel like we was built on major transfers,
right,
especially when we played. Like, we maybe had a couple JUCO guys that come in, 3 or 4, but when you have 20 group of kids coming at a time out of the year, it's kind of hard to have something consistent, and we're not having a consistent coaching staff.
right.
So I feel like we get something consistent. I feel like this staff is something. I love this staff because I was around them with Coach Burns. He was at USF and Coach Golish. So I've been around the staff a few times. I hung around Coach Burns, Coach Golish. I've been around him, talked to him. Such a great guy. Definitely seemed like a family-oriented dude. I feel like he fits well in the Auburn family. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, especially with the success he had, I'm gonna say at Tennessee, and I see what I seen what he do with USF and how he could develop those kids and not have probably I want to say, the most top tier 5-star guys, but he doing it with some pretty good kids that's being developed and then having the success. And I feel like he did bring them to Auburn. I want to see how they make that transition from that conference to this conference because it's a lot different. The talent level is different, but you're gonna have to adapt quick. And I know practicing with some of those guys that's been on that team, been in that war, been in that battle, that's going to be good for them to help them catch up to speed because it's a different game. You know what I'm saying? If people that play in the SEC knows, like, I don't know no other conference that's like it. It's probably the closest thing to it, probably the NFL or a professional type like team. But like, everything's a lot tighter. You get more man. You know what I'm saying? The windows a lot smaller. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not getting as much separation as you probably were in the other conference. A lot more catch bang. So like that's probably the closest thing to the NFL. So I feel like those guys are going to do well. I want to see how the offense look. Finally, we spread it out a little more. I feel like he's going to spread it out more 5 wide, 4 wide. I feel like that's going to bring some excitement to us. We haven't had no really excitement in a while. I feel like we've kind of been stagnant offensively, at least. You know what I'm saying? One thing I would say Auburn been keep holding down. We always going to have defensive players. So I want to kind of start seeing offensive guys get drafted. Especially specifically receivers. You know what I'm saying? We always gonna have some running backs, some O linemen, but I feel like it's time for some receivers to start. You know what I'm saying? Get the
Sure.
ball rolling. 'Cause I feel like Auburn kind of got a dark cloud as far as like offensive receivers getting into the league, and I feel like that's kind of holding us back a little bit as far as getting those top players and keeping them stay like a Cam Coleman. Like we want to be able to keep those type players to even reel in other players that's going to come after Cam Coleman. That's going to be a talent that's like him. You know what I'm saying? The Eric Singletons of the world is like
Yeah.
we want to
I
keep the
I
top
know you just
talent.
had one, the transfer from Penn State the other year,
Yeah,
Smith go, but
yeah,
besides him, it's yeah, like you said, it's been a while, bro. It's been a while.
yeah. It's just been a while. I think the last one was I think Seth Williams. I think Seth was fifth, sixth round, and then before him, no, after him, I think him and Ant Schwartz went fourth or fifth. He
Mhm.
went fourth or fifth, and then after that was Slayton,
Yeah.
and then after that was Sammy Coates.
Mhm.
So it's been a big gap, you know what I'm saying? So I know we had guys that definitely had the talent to at least get drafted, but probably didn't, due to the numbers or, sometimes it's just your timing. Sometimes we were just in different eras where, they got the Zay Flowers and then you got guys like Eli Stove. It's like, damn, how Eli Stove don't get picked up. Or, you know what I'm saying? So many guys we could talk about and
A lot of people
go
don't realize
back. Yeah,
how
like
much
how
this
many
thing really is, like, right
like,
time, right place at the
yeah, it's exactly all about time and like you know what I'm saying. Like let's say like a Tank Dell, you know what I'm saying. That's 5'9", that's 160. Like you can't play 165. Maybe you can in this SEC, but like not in 2015, 2018, 2017. Nah, not going across the middle. And you think nah, that's not going. You know what I'm saying? But his timing different now where you could play like that. So it just You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to see us grow, continue to go in the right trajectory. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we need to get in the playoff talks. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this staff could do it. They played in some big games. They showed they got a winner. Their winning percentage is real high. And then having Coach Burns there with him and the staff is very big too. Somebody that's been there. He won national championship. And who knows Auburn better than him? You know what I'm saying? Like he played with Cam. He's seen it all, been around. Coach Malzahn, and he came back home. So and then I think some more staff members. I think Coach Porter's still around,
Yeah, Coach
or
Porter.
and I think Coach Crime around. So we got people that that's there, that's in the right place. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about putting it together, and it don't have to happen this year. But as long as we keep showing that we on the right trajectory, but I know the Auburn fans real impatient now. So.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But I also know, like me now that I'm coaching, I understand that it's a process. You know what I'm saying? That you do have to be patient. As fast as you want it to happen, it don't always happen when you want it to happen. So I
yeah,
feel like we just got to be patient with Coach Golis. You know what I'm saying? That he got, like I say, he brought a lot of the players with him. So and I feel like he needed to do that just so he don't want to bring in a new system with a whole bunch of new players, and it
yeah,
just new to you need to have guys that's familiar with the language to talk, so it could kind of flow a little faster, and then they are able to bring the other guys along too, like with the off season workouts. Now they had OTAs now. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that's new to college football, to where they could go out there, throw the ball around a little earlier, or something we couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? Remember, we had to go out there with like Coach Russ and the strength coaches
yeah.
and
Player
stuff. So
led practices.
yeah, player-led practices. You know how that was. Like the whole
Mhm.
time we got to do one-on-ones, releases, 7-0, man, turn into a whole team period. We out there banging. Now we got to stop. We can't
Really,
do it. It getting too competitive now. You know what I'm saying? But
for
now they
real.
got it really structured to where like,
From the window.
yeah, they watching from the window. You know it outside. You already know exactly what I'm talking about. You know
Hey,
exactly what I'm talking
for
about.
real.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah.
we could not be in the endo. We got to go out.
Exactly. No, you got to go outside. They got to see. They got to go see, man. It's hot out there. We trying to be in the indoor.
I'm telling you, that's funny. That's funny. Well,
Yeah.
just as we wind down, bro, before we
Mhm.
get you out of here, man, just obviously big time plays, right? But
Right.
beyond the stats, beyond being able to go pro, beyond
Mhm.
I know you started training as well, just beyond anything football related. Like, what do you want Auburn fans to remember about Ryan Davis, the person?
Oh, I just wanted. I gave him my all. I gave Auburn everything I got. I didn't cheat the game. I gave him everything. I gave him 110% every Saturday, Monday through Friday during the week. You know, through workouts. I just want to tell him I gave him everything I had, everything I had to offer. I love them dearly. I appreciate them taking me in, especially a young kid from Florida. You know what I'm saying? Not being an Alabama native, but bringing a kid from Florida and just man welcoming. I love them forever. I'm forever indebted with Auburn. They got my heart. I hope they have. I have theirs, and I just appreciate them so much. So I just want to let the Auburn know I gave them everything I had. Man, I never let them down. I know they never let me down. Every time they cheer me on, so I appreciate them so much.
Yeah, no, I can definitely second that, bro. And just before we get out of here and say that
Mm-hmm.
I definitely used to admire the way you used to work and show up every day. Like I said, you was always undersized, maybe overlooked.
Mm-hmm.
Had plenty of guys come in and try to take your spot, but the way that you showed up every day, you put your best foot forward, and just like yeah, like you fire, bro. Like you was fire. You feel me?
I
Like it don't
appreciate
look like
that, bro.
pretty for real. Like you was fire, bro. Like you know
That's
what I'm saying?
real, bro. I appreciate that,
Yeah,
bro.
like I was
I
like you
definitely
was
enjoy
teammate.
showing that
We was
gridiron with
teammates.
you.
I was for real a fan on some type. So you feel me?
That's
Yeah, bro.
bro.
But like
Bro, I loved all, especially y'all class, that 2016 class, bro. I love y'all so much because y'all was so funny, bro. And all y'all had y'all own different like personality, and y'all stuck together, bro. Y'all was just like us in 2015, but y'all stuck together. Y'all was like a game, bro. It was like
yeah,
y'all was deep, bro. Like I mean, like Malcolm Askew, like oh y'all was so many of y'all, bro. Like Eli, Nate Craig,
mhm.
McLean, like oh my god, bro. Like I still talk. I think I talked to them two classes the most though. Obviously between my class and y'all class, like I
Mhm.
still tap in. I tap in with all the classes, but I would say y'all two, like I would say one of the favorites though. Y'all was my favorite class for
Yeah,
sure.
no, I
2016.
appreciate you, dog, man. Yeah, this was episode 13 of Landing on the Plains. If you like this
Most
episode,
deaf.
you like, share, and subscribe. And as always, man, War Eagle.
War Eagle.